2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee, 180,000 miles, guys. Y'all recognize what's going on here? Yes, it's transmission, transfer case, forward drive setup. We had to remove all of that just to get this out, guys. That's right, the fuel tank. Now we got to get ready to replace some fuel pumps. Some fuel pump, meaning there's two, but there's only one responsible for delivering the fuel pressure to the engine. A lot of guys like to do them both, okay? In some places, depending on where I'm at, it's recommended that we do them both. Now, I'll talk about this tank and why you have two pumps. Only remember, there's a primary and a secondary, okay? There's a unique feature this secondary pump is responsible for. I'm out of time on this short video. We'll talk about that on a long video coming up. But as you can see, I got it out, guys. Look, all of this nonsense had to come out. Oh my goodness, just to drop the tank. It's a saddle tank, so a drive shaft has to go through here. It's a whole big mess, but it pays well, man. Y'all stay tuned for the full. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna start a long video. I hope y'all saw this short video, okay? In fact, I always put the short videos right in front of the long video. Where we was going with this topic was the fuel pump. I get asked this all the time, guys. I mean, countless times. There's a lot of cars set up. Car makers are utilizing two fuel pumps. Like I said in that short video, there's only one that's responsible for delivering fuel pressure to your engine, okay? And that is the primary fuel pump, okay? In these boxes, typically at a shop that's not into high-risk repairs, they recommend that their mechanics do both. If you are short on cash or you're strapped for cash, guys, if you got, depending on what you're doing, all right, if you're dealing with some type of gauge or fuel gauge level, or you're dealing with something else, yeah, that's not what this video, or that's not the topic, okay? If you're dealing with a car that's stalled out because you diagnosed it and determined that it's because of fuel pressure or fuel, supply, yeah, you got an issue with the pump. If that's what your diagnosis led you to. In that case, yeah, you need a fuel pump, all right? But if you're strapped for cash, like I said earlier, just get the primary pump. All right, here's the deal. This, ladies and gentlemen, is basically what we call a saddle tank, okay? Remember, since the drive shaft has to go through this hole, yeah, there was no way to, if I had to guess, 18 gallons maybe, 20 gallons. Yeah, if I had to guess, okay? But the drive shaft has to run through the middle of it, all right? So they had to split it in half, basically. This is primary, this is secondary, all right? So in order to keep the fuel level equal on both sides, there are two fuel pumps, all right? Now the main pump is on the left, which is technically the driver's side of the tank, and the jet pump we call this a jet pump. Some people call it a fuel pump. It's on the right side of the tank, all right? So when you fill the tank up, guys, at a gas station, it will fill the left side, and when that gets full, the rest of it will go to the spillover, all right, which is the right side. Since the main fuel pump is on the left side, it is only drawing fuel from that side, all right? So as it uses fuel, in other words, as the level go down, fuel from the left side, the jet, this pump right here, will take the fuel from the right side and pump it over to the left side, okay? So you technically should never, again, it's split, okay? But this pump really only sucking from this side. This other pump solely here just to pull fuel from this. It's a saddle tank from this side, secondary side, and pump it over here, all right? There's obviously fuel level sending units on both sides. If you look at this, you got a fuel level right here, and of course the primary is going to have a fuel level, okay? So just take the average of those two readings, which give your car the fuel reading. It would take the average from this secondary sending unit, the average from this, it would combine them or pull an average rather, and that's how your gauge get its information that it gets. So don't put a lot of thinking into that. Like I say, if you strap, or if you hard up on cash or don't have the money, go with the primary, because that is the only one that's responsible for delivering the fuel pressure to your engine. Okay, this is the one we'll call stall out. People do that for insurance purposes, guys. I've never had a problem with this, but I've been known to replace them because I simply because it's the rules. Yeah, we got rules to abide by. I don't know if you ever replace one. It's got a long transfer tube right here. All right, that goes all the way to the other side. In fact, it connects. It connects to the other pump. Yeah, I gotta get my other tube, but that hose go all the way under here, wraps under here. If you guys ever replace one, you know what I'm talking about. I had to put gloves on and go dumpster diving and do all of this stuff, and just to get it over there so it will work properly. All right, so yeah, we use the battery. This is really for electric batteries, guys, but we use it. It makes a good fuel tank removal tool, a good engine horse, a good everything. Fuel tank pressure sensors. This thing is designed to tell the computer how much pressure in your tank. Guys, that information is very important. Crucial, okay? Especially when you're dealing with a evaporative emission system, which all cars now have implemented, okay? Y'all know the drill with evap, okay? You don't want any of these vapors. Right now, I got these off like this. There's fuel vapor escaping into the atmosphere. Shame on you, JT. That's a no-no, guys. Car makers don't want that. So what they do is seal this system off and use evaporative parts such as a charcoal canister. Where's the canister on this? And a purge valve to pull those vapors. This topic is heading toward emissions. Word. Oh, y'all know where they're hiding the canister on these, on the Jeep Grand Cherokee? Under the wheel well. I don't know, I can't remember if it's the driver's side or the passenger side, but in there is the vapor canister. So at a predetermined time, that purge valve, which is on the hood, under the hood on this Grand Cherokee, will pull those vapors from that canister and route them back to the intake manifold. Well, they will burn. You can't just overfill a charcoal canister. Eventually you got to pull this stuff out. But now, guys, another tip: when you got this out, the drive shaft, for whatever reason, go ahead and check this bushing. This is a good time to inspect this bushing. If it's loose, you will get blamed for it. Okay, even though you didn't cause it, of course you didn't cause it, but you put it back in. Now the customer is feeling for stuff. They listening for stuff. All right, yeah, customers are like that. They don't start feeling for things. They don't turn their radio down and listen for noises until after their car has been worked on. All right, you can literally take this out, set it on the ground, and put it back in after you're done, and get a complaint of, now my car got a vibration. You didn't cause the bushings to break. It was broke when you took it out. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, your pen is your friend. Notation will save your butt. Look how they doing this sauce. Yes, it look like a, big gunshot. Somebody underneath the car shooting at the. I don't know. But anyway, all of this had to come out just to get the freaking fuel tank out. Grand Cherokee. Stall out issue, guys. There's a couple of known issues with as far as stall out is related. All right, so we got a lot of it under control, and this sucker is tight. If you got to take this transmission out, you in for a rude awakening. Look how crammed up this is. Here's the front differential. Oh my goodness. And of course, if you have a four-wheel drive, you have to have a transfer case. Here's a transfer case. So in order to remove this transmission, oh my good, look at all this stuff is cramped. Oh my goodness. You got to get the starter out in order to get to, oh my God, I feel sorry for the next guy. You got to take the starter out in order to gain access to the torque converter bolts, because they have to come out to split the transmission. This car is fully loaded, ladies and gentlemen. That's why, guys, I said this before and I say it again. If you're not going to if you have no use for all of these added amenities to cars, just get it without it. If you are a city girl and you only drive 5 miles a day, why would you get a car equipped with four-wheel drive? Okay, all these other stuff, cruise control. I mean, some of this stuff is equipped, factory equipped, standard equipped, but this is not standard equipped. If you never plan on using four-wheel drive, don't get a car with it. You're going to have all of this extra stuff that's nothing but a drag and can eventually fail and render your car useless. I heard a lady one time say, ma'am, your car won't move. You need a transfer case. What is that? That's part of your four-wheel drive system. Well, I don't use it. Take it off. No, you can't take it off. What the hell? You can't undo. You shouldn't have got a car equipped with all this crap if you had no It never snow here in Georgia, so I don't know why people do what they do. All right, guys, I'm done. I just wanted to speak on this damn fuel tank. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it took a while for me to understand the reasoning behind this, or I just never gave it much thought like I am now. I'm giving it a little thought, so it's because I'm speaking on it. Before I speak on anything, I try to do a little homework. Last thing I need to do is call a Cadillac converter. But yeah, y'all know the drill. So all right, that's all I have, man. Thanks for watching these freaking videos. I really appreciate it. I'm JT the Car Guy. I'm out.